And welcome into another broadcast of Chicago Maroons men's soccer here at Stagg Field on the campus of the University of Chicago, here on the south side of Chicago. The Maroons tonight will be taking on the Elmhurst Blue Jays. This is the 8th meeting between the two sides since 2007, but the Maroons have won 3 straight. Maroons are currently the top-ranked team in Division III men's soccer, but Elmhurst did knock off number 15 Loras College 2-1 on Wednesday. And as we're just about to get underway here at Stagg Field, Chicago Maroons will be starting their lineup of number 1 Hill Bonin at goalkeeper, number 6 Nico Capitoso, number 8 Andre Abedian, number 9 Max Lopez, number 10 Matthew Coe, number 12 Josh Schofield, number 14 Nate Johnson, number 16 Panos Vulgaris, number 17 Dio Abedosan, number 19 Scott Riemann, and number 30 Scott Lick. And we're just about to get underway here. The Maroons will be going from right to left, wearing their white kits with the maroon lettering, and Elmhurst will be countering in the navy blue. They will get things underway here in just one moment. Elmhurst playing the deep ball down, will be headed back upfield by the Maroons. And played back to defense. Number 14 Nate Johnson looking to play it over to the left side to number 12 Josh Schofield. Schofield back to Johnson. Johnson making his way upfield and is intercepted by number 16 J.D. Garnett for Elmhurst. Matthew Coe making his way up the right side, plays a ball into number 17, and that ball is blocked. Deo Adeosun with a shot on that for the Maroons. Ball played back all the way for the Maroons, as number 14 Nate Johnson will play the ball upfield for the Maroons once again. Adeosun playing it over now to the right side, going up the right wing is number 10 Matthew Coe, but taken away by Elmhurst. Played back upfield now to number 14 Matt McNamara for the Blue Jays. Intercepted though again. Max Lopez tried to find Adeosun and that could not find him. A fight between the ball, between number 16, Panos Vulgaris for the Maroons, but it'll be awarded to the Blue Jays, and number 6, Uriel Martinez will play it in for Elmhurst. Header goes up, played up to number 11, Zach Clements, out of bounds to the Maroons. Quick throw in. Lopez plays it over to Abedian. Abedian gets the ball back. Coming up the right flank now is the Maroons. Ball played in towards the box, header just to the left of the Blue Jays goalkeeper, Matthew Coe, with the chance there. It'll be a goal kick for the Blue Jays. Just about 2.5 minutes into this opening half. Maroons are 7-0 on the season. They've scored a total of 26 goals, only allowing 3 goals on the season. So a very impressive defense the Maroons have shown so far this year in this 7-0 opening campaign. Ball played in number 16, J.D. Garnett. Looks to get the ball in, and it'll go in for a corner kick for the Blue Jays. There's number 14, Nate Johnson there on the defense. Oh, it'll just be a header played in to the Blue Jays and taken away by the Maroons. Played up to Max Lopez, but number 15 for the Blue Jays, Alex Lanes, took it away. For Lucas Weathersby Johnson played it in and out for the Maroons. Ball intercepted by the Blue Jays. Number 16, J.D. Garnett, going to his right side, looking to play a ball into the box. And it'll go off a Maroons defender for a throw-in. Number 25, Angel Carrero, playing the ball in for the Blue Jays, throws it into the box, headed away by the Maroons. This will go in for a corner for the Blue Jays. First corner of the game for either team. 5 minutes into this game. Looks like number 11, Zach Clements, will take the corner for the Blue Jays with an outswinger with his right foot. Ball goes into the box, headed away by the Maroons. Deoson plays the ball up for the Maroons. Long ball to the left side to number 16, Panos Vulgaris. Looking to get across into the box. He gets across in, and that'll go behind the Elmhurst goalkeeper for a goal kick. Up and down pace so far between the two teams here. Opening part of this first half. Weather has cooled down quite considerably since the sun has gone down. Unseasonably warm here earlier this afternoon here in the south side of Chicago at Stagg Field. Matt McNamara playing it up the right side to another Blue Jays forward. Back to McNamara and cleared away by the Maroons defense. Adeosun trying to work something on that left side, gets the ball over to Vulgaris and played back by number 12, Josh Schofield. Schofield back to Capitosto. Maroons trying to crack that Blue Jays midfield here, playing the ball back in defense. Long ball goes up to Lopez, but the ball is headed away by the Blue Jays defense. Ball played up to Adeosun, but dispossessed back to the Maroons. Lopez laying back a little bit in the midfield, is fouled on the play. Free kick to the Maroons. Nate Johnson going to take the free kick for the Maroons here, right at about midfield. Ball played up the right side. Lopez trying to battle number 4, Lucas Weathersby Johnson for the Blue Jays. Race up the left side between the Maroons defenders and number 11, Zach Clements for the Blue Jays. Results in a throw-in for the Blue Jays. .37 minutes left in this first half here. No score between the Maroons and the Blue Jays of Elmhurst. Previously mentioned the Maroons defense a little bit earlier here in the broadcast. They have had 19 shutouts in their last 27 games since the start of the 2016 season. Long ball played back, headed by number 12, Josh Schofield. Played over to number 8, Andre Abedian. Johnson. Johnson now bringing the ball upfield, looking to play it into the midfield to Adeosun. Lopez now with the ball, looking for Adeosun. Matthew Coe playing the ball in just past the reach of Josh Schofield, streaking towards that left post for the Maroons. Results in a throw-in for the Blue Jays. Ball comes in headed by the Maroons back upfield. Adeosun now looking to play the ball to the left side. And it'll go in for a throw-in for the Blue Jays. Throw-in goes to number 6, Nick Capitosto for the Maroons. Ball back with the Maroons as they look to play the ball upfield. Adeosun with a nice touch, plays it over to Lopez. Vulgaris up the left side. Capitosto plays the ball in, headed, and he is offsides. A little bit more pressure coming from the Maroons now as the game gets a little bit more settled in. Blue Jays having to play back a little bit in their own end. Nick King will take the goal kick for the Elmhurst Blue Jays. And it'll be a throw-in for the Blue Jays. Things getting a bit scrappy over there on that far side from the press box, and it'll result in a free kick for the Maroons. Capitosto now looking to play the ball up for the University of Chicago. Nate Johnson now up the left side. We thought he had Schofield just up, but it's just intercepted by the Blue Jays, but it'll stay with the Maroons here. "12 minutes gone here in the first half. A couple shots so far for the Maroons here at Stagg Field. The out of play will result in a throw-in for the Maroons. Number 12, Josh Schofield over to throw it in. Looking to get a long throw into the box here. Lopez gets it over. Oh. Dispossessed from the Blue Jays upfield. Number 14, Nate Johnson, though, receives it for the Maroons. Ball coming back in, looking to play Adeosun in. Goes to the ground. Lopez comes in, gets a shot off. That is blocked. Lopez again, and gets the ball taken away, kicked back upfield by the Blue Jays, but it'll stay with the Maroons as they've had complete possession for the last 5 minutes or so. Capitosto now for the Maroons, looking to get the ball back up. Schofield now plays the ball in. Free header and foul called on Adeosun. Blue Jays looking to play the ball long. And possession back with the Maroons. Alex Lanes plays the ball back for the Blue Jays, gets the ball taken away, though, by the Maroons as they go play the ball back upfield. Number 16, Vulgaris, gets the ball taken away. Blue Jays looking to counter here, so they might just have some numbers. Number 11, Zach Clements, looking to get the ball, but can't quite get there. Taken back by the Maroons. And number 12, Josh Schofield. Schofield now with the Maroons. They're looking to get set just a little bit. Number 6, Nico Capitosto, plays it back. The Maroons looking to play something in the midfield at the moment. Plays the long ball up the right side. And it'll be a Blue Jays throw-in. Looks like we have our first substitution of the game. Number 7, Sam Johnson, will be coming in. He will be replacing number 15, Alex Lanes, for the Blue Jays. Blue Jays won this first ever meeting between the two schools back in 2007, score of 2-1. But as I had said previously, the Maroons have won the last 3. It's currently the longest streak in this series. Schofield up the left side, plays it back in the middle, but intercepted by the Blue Jays. Nate Johnson now plays it up to Capitosto for the Maroons. Gets it to Adeosun, now to Lopez. Now Obedian. Obedian looking to play the ball in. Back to Capitosto. Capitosto now. Obedian to Lopez. Back to Capitosto. The Maroons really doing whatever they want with the ball against these Blue Jays. Blue Jays really having no answer for the Maroons so far. It's been all Maroons in the shot and right at the goalkeeper. Crowd's starting to get into it a little bit for the Maroons as the Maroons try to have been in complete control of the ball. Those number 16, Panos Vulgaris, with the shot just a little right at the goalkeeper, forced him to make a save. Deosun. Plays it back to Scott Lick. Scott Lick looking to play it up the left side. This will go in for a Maroons throw-in. Beating now for the Maroons. Battle on the far side, and this will be another Maroons throw-in. Quick throw-in finds Lopez as he plays it back, but that ball is intercepted by Zach Clements. Zach Clements off. He's got a one-on-one with the Maroons defense, but Maroons defense, good job by Josh Schofield to play the ball back. This will result in a free kick for the Maroons. Josh Schofield came all the way back, stopped that one-on-one. A swarm of Maroon defenders prevented Clements from taking on goalkeeper alone. Big play here as we get about 20 minutes into this first half. Bonin to take the free kick. Plays it down to Nate Johnson. Nate Johnson up the left side. Capitosto playing it over to Lick. Excuse me, Abedian. Johnson up the left side. He has Schofield to his left. Yet another Maroons throw in here. Schofield to take the throw in. Matthew Coe right along the goal line, and this will result in a corner kick for the Maroons, their first corner kick of the night. It's going to be Nico Capitosto, the junior from Holland, Michigan, taking the corner kick. It looks like they'll be going with an in-swinger with his right foot. Some action towards the far post. Corner comes in, header in, blocked off the crossbar. And it'll be another corner kick for the Maroons. It looked like it just might have bounced down behind the goalkeeper. I think it might have hit the goalpost of the football goalpost, causing another corner kick. I believe this will be Capitosto again. Lopez and Adeosun at the far post. Corner comes in and then played out by the Blue Jays, but possession remains with the Maroons. Ball comes in again towards the far post, but just behind the goalkeeper. This will be a goal kick for the Blue Jays. This will be Nick King from Downers Grove, Illinois, taking the goal kick for the Elmhurst Blue Jays. .23.5 minutes left in this first half. It's been all Maroons here, but they haven't been able to get anything into the net yet. Blue Jays play it back to King. And Schofield will chase it down and watch it go for a throw-in for the Maroons. Some pressure upfield from the Blue Jays here. And this will be another throw-in for the Maroons. Schofield looking for Lopez. Off a Blue Jay defender and in for the Maroons. Schofield to throw this in again for the Maroons. Plays it back to Nate Johnson. Nate Johnson will play this back to number 18, number 19, I should say, Stacy Riemann. Vulgaris back to Johnson. Back to Vulgaris. Can make a little bit of a run here. Gets it over to Lopez. Vulgaris making a run towards goal. It looked like he was looking for Matthew Coe at that far post, but just into the arms of King for Elmhurst. We're going to see another substitute for the Blue Jays coming in here. Number 18, Buddy Nelson, is awaiting for the next stoppage in play. Zach Clements looking to play it, but taken away, number 16, Panos Vulgaris. And a foul on number 6, Nico Capitosto. Be a free kick for the Maroons. Ball played up for Lopez on the right side. He just can't quite get there. Pressure being applied by number 17, Adeosun. Be a free kick for the Blue Jays. Number 4, Lucas Weatherby Johnson will take this for the Blue Jays. It looks like he might be trying to play in a deep ball for the Blue Jays. And Adeosun stepped in front of that free kick. Lopez trying to play it up to Matthew Coe on that right side. Vulgaris making a little bit of a run up to the left. Ball played in for the Maroons, but no one there. Nick King will play it up for the Blue Jays. Nick King not in particularly much of a hurry for the Blue Jays. He's probably trying to regain just a little bit of energy that he's had to expound here tonight. Schofield played the throw, and he was trying to get it to Lopez. Lopez headed it up. Now taken by the Blue Jays. Blue Jays trying to make a run here. Number 7, Sam Johnson, the substitute. And watch it go out. This will be another corner kick for the Blue Jays. This is the Blue Jays' second corner kick of the night. And really any sort of run that they've made here in this first half since the Maroons have been in control about the last 10 to 15 minutes of this half. Be number 11, Zach Clements, looking to take the corner. A lot of Blue Jays just outside the box waiting for this corner to come in. And the corner comes in and punched out. Punched out by Bonin. Blue Jays retaining possession. And this will be another Blue Jays corner. "18 minutes left in this first half. Here at the University of Chicago, you're listening to Maroons men's soccer here at Stagg Field on the south side of Chicago, on the campus of the University of Chicago. Up and down game so far between the two teams. A lot of possession for the Maroons here. Corner comes in, headed away. Shot comes up and just over the net. Number 16, J.D. Garnett. Touch was just a little high. Hill Bonin playing it in for the Maroons. Ball's been in his end quite a bit for the last 5 or so minutes as the Blue Jays have been trying to take possession of this game a little bit, as the Maroons have controlled most of the game so far. But the Blue Jays, a very courageous move there by Hill Bonin. Leave his net. Prevents the Blue Jays from any sort of attack. Capitosto now looking to play it for the Maroons. Andre Abedian plays it up that right side, long ball. Battle between a couple players, and this will be a foul on the Blue Jays. This will be a free kick for the Maroons. Lopez Abedian in the box along with Adeosun waiting for this free kick. Be taking on that far side. Nick King playing at his near post. This ball comes in, and we have a foul. I believe that's on number 8, Andre Abedian. This will be a free kick for the Blue Jays. They avoid any sort of pressure on the counterattack from the Maroons. Nick King waiting for some of his players to make it upfield. Will take the free kick. And headed up field by the Maroons. Battle on the near side, number 16, Panos Vulgaris. And this will be a Maroons throw. And looking to move quickly, Josh Schofield looking upfield. Be headed away, Max Lopez on. Matthew Coe now with the ball. Matthew Coe over to Andre Abedian, who's dispossessed by number 9, Andrew Hicks for the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays trying to find something on the counterattack, really haven't been able to get through that Maroon pressure in the midfield. Quick throw, and it looks like we're going to have 3 or 4 Maroons coming in as a substitution as the Maroons are playing the ball up the right side. Ball is going to find it, number 10 for the University of Chicago. Ball is saved by Nick King, number 10, Matthew Coe. Put a good shot down, but Nick King moving to his right got a good save. This will result in a corner kick, and we have 4 substitutions coming in. Number 27 will come in, Carter Romero. Number 4, Gary Zhao. Number 3, Sam Drablos. And let's see if we can find the next one. Looks to be it at the moment. Maroons mounting some pressure here as the corner kick comes in. Some Maroons making a run. Ball will stay with the Maroons. Number 10, Matthew Coe. So that takes another shot right at Nick King for Elmhurst. Matthew Coe with a couple good shots, forcing Nick King into making a couple saves for the Blue Jays. Elmhurst trying to find number 17 there, Josh Arvidsson for the Blue Jays, but this will result in a throw-in for the Blue Jays. Buddy Nelson looked to play in a deep throw in here into the box, headed away by the Maroons. We have a foul on the Blue Jays. This will be a free kick for the University of Chicago. Capitosto playing it over to number 14. Now this will find Josh Schofield. Back to number 14, Nate Johnson. Nate Johnson playing up that left side. Josh Schofield back to Johnson, playing it up, but intercepted by the Blue Jays. They're looking to counter here. He has number 7, Sam Johnson, but just a little bit too far out of his reach. This will be a throw-in for the Maroons. Capitosto now for the Maroons. And there's handball on the Blue Jays. This will be a free kick. Number 10, Matthew Coe, looking to take it. Played upfield looking for number 3, Sam Drablos, and this will be a Maroons corner. Just about 11 minutes left here in this first half. It's been mostly Maroons here. Blue Jays not being able to find much. A couple opportunities on the counterattack, but good defending earlier by number 12, Josh Schofield, to prevent a Blue Jays attack. Corner comes in. Finds number 27, Carter Romero, but right at the goalkeeper again, Nick King. Nick King will take his time. Nick King blasted away. It'll go back to the Maroons as they look to get upfield now on the counter. Might have something here. Carter Romero going up the left side, but that ball is intercepted by number 6, Uriel Martinez for the Blue Jays. Little pressure here from Gary Zhao. It's the Blue Jays playing it upfield, but easy defending for the Maroons. Nate Johnson now playing it over to Josh Schofield. Schofield over to Abedian. Stacy Riemann now played it to the midfield. Maroons looking to play the deep ball to Romero. Romero gets it up the left side, battling with number 6 from Elmhurst. The ball finds number 3, finds it to Matthew Coe. Matthew Coe looking for a shot, and this will go over the net and off the goalpost of the football field. Number 7, Tommy Tenuta, will come on for the Maroons. He will be replacing, as we get a good look here, he will be coming on the field, it looks like, for Matthew Coe. Matthew Coe playing very good first half, couple good shots, couple good chances for the Maroons here as they've had some mounting pressure on the Blue Jays the second half of this first half. Ball played up for the Blue Jays. Battle between number 17, Josh Arvidsson of the Blue Jays. It looked like that was Nate Johnson too for the Maroons. Sam Johnson now for Elmhurst, looking to get the move, and a back heel just intercepted by the Maroons. Foul on the Blue Jays, and the men in white will have a free kick. Nate Johnson will take this for the Maroons. Stacy Riemann now over to the right side. Play the deep ball up for Sam Drablos, but intercepted by the Blue Jays. Number 25, Angel Carreno. Hilbonen has had a little bit of action so far for the Maroons. Not a whole lot of shots on goal, a couple of corner kicks, and the very brave challenge he made just about 10 to 15 minutes ago on the Elmhurst, on one of Elmhurst's few attacks that they've had. Now the Maroons on the right side, you could find number 27 for the Maroons, Carter Romero, but this will go harmlessly over the goal for a goal kick. Another substitution for the Elmhurst Blue Jays, number 2. Jason Rhodes will come in for number 7, Sam Johnson. Nick King plays it up for the Blue Jays. Looks like it went off a University of Chicago head, and this will be a throw-in for the Blue Jays. Number 6, Uriel Martinez will play it in. Deep throw. Martinez plays it back up for the Blue Jays, headed away by Chicago. Carter Romero plays it up, and just as it looked like the Maroons might have had a counterattack, looked to be a handball on the Blue Jays, and now will be played up for a free kick by the University of Chicago. Johnson playing it back. Riemann over to the right side of the Maroons defense. Capitosto now. J.D. Garnett for the Blue Jays battling on that far side with a Maroons midfielder. No one quite sure for the Maroons who's coming up with it. Number 2, Jason Rhodes coming up the right side for the Elmhurst Blue Jays, looking to take on a couple of Maroons defenders, but it's a little bit like a cynical challenge by Jason Rhodes there as he was dispossessed by Nate Johnson and Josh Schofield. He will be carded for that challenge. That's the first yellow card we've seen of the night by either side. Just 5 minutes left to play here in the first half. No score between the University of Chicago Maroons and the Elmhurst College Blue Jays here at the University of Chicago Stag Field here on the south side of Chicago. Sam Drablo's challenging with a Blue Jays defender, and this will be a throw-in for the Maroons. Another throw-in for the Maroons. Josh Schofield looking to play the ball in quickly here. Sam Drablos played it in the box, and no one there for the University of Chicago played back. And this will be another throw-in for the Maroons. Number 19, Stacey Riemann plays it back to Hill Bonin. Hill Bonin up to number 14, Nate Johnson. Johnson, no particular hurry for the Maroons. Stacey Riemann now playing the ball upfield for the Maroons. Over to the right. Riemann gets the ball back, trying to complete his run, and this will result in a throw-in for the Maroons. Riemann throwing it in to the Maroons. Ball played up and into the hands of Nick King harmlessly. 3.5 minutes left to play in this first half. No score here at Stag Field. Nick King waiting for some Blue Jays to make it upfield, maybe try and make some sort of a run here at this Maroons defense as we wind down the half. Jason Rhodes battling again up that right side. Josh Schofield. This ball will be played out for a Elmhurst Blue Jays throw-in. Uriel Martinez will throw it in. We have a couple more substitutions. Number 26, Austin Culver will come in for the Blue Jays, and number 37, Kamal Starks. Trying to get some fresh legs in there. Both teams been battling for close to 45 minutes here in this first half. Number 18, Buddy Nelson throws it in for Elmhurst. J.D. Garnett played it on that right side, and this will result in a throw-in for the Maroons. Schofield now being pressured. Capitosto now playing it over to the right side. Maroons might have a little bit of space to work over there. Ball played back in the middle to Capitosto. 2 minutes to go here in this first half. Schofield now to Carter Romero. Carter Romero can make a run on this left side. He's looking to header, and it is a goal. That is number three, Sam Drablos with the header for the Maroons. Just under 2 minutes to go here in the first half. The Maroons take a 1-0 lead. Beautiful run and a beautiful pass up the left side by Carter Romero for the Maroons. Sam Drablos finished it off, and they're up 1-0 here with just under 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Maroons playing it back now, just under a minute and a half. Blue Jays with a free kick just at about midfield, but they only have just around a minute left to go here in this first half. Try and get an equalizer before the half ends, maybe to get some momentum back into this game that has been all Maroons so far here today. Hilbonen looks like he might run out the clock here just a little bit for the Maroons. No need to do anything crazy here with just 30 seconds left to go here at Stag Field in this first half. Carter Romero getting the ball up that left side again. May just have a little bit of room on that left side, and played out by Uriel Martinez for Elmhurst. Just 12 seconds left here in this first half. 10 seconds left. Josh Schofield looking to play something into the box for the Maroons. Will find, and the ball will be blocked harmlessly away by a Blue Jays defender. It is 1-0 here. University of Chicago Maroons over the Elmhurst Blue Jays. We will be back in just a few moments with the start of the second half and a little bit of a recap of this first half from the University of Chicago. You're listening to the University of Chicago Maroons men's soccer team. And welcome back to University of Chicago Maroons men's soccer here at the University of Chicago at Stagg Field. 1-0 Maroons after the first half against the Elmhurst Blue Jays. Goal by Sam Droblos, assisted by Carter Romero. It was all Maroons in that first half. And as we start the second half, I'm now joined by Alex Reed here in the booth with me. Alex, how's it going?
Going all right. How are you doing?
Long trip to get here, but
oh yeah,
made it here for the second half. As we get underway, the Maroons will be going from left to right here in their white and maroon kits, while the Elmhurst Blue Jays will be going right to left. Ball played up by the Maroons, looking for Max Lopez, I believe, on that right side. Lopez now plays it over to the left side. Maroons streaking up the left, in control again early in this second half, much as they were in the first half. Tried to play the ball into Lopez, nothing doing there for the Maroons. Battle on that far side. This will result in a Blue Jays free kick. So, Alex, we have a matchup here. It's the number one Maroons. They're number one in Division III by the coaches poll nationally against this Elmhurst team. They're 4-1-2. They did knock off number 15 Loris earlier in the week. So, as I did mention, the Maroons have been in control most of this game, or most of the first half and early into the second half. What are you expecting to see from both of these teams as we get closer to a more competitive standpoint in the second half?
Well, I definitely look for Elmhurst to really try to press and try to force mistakes from this University of Chicago team. They're definitely a very, very good team. You don't become number one in Division III just by accident. They're definitely a very good team. Definitely want to see their big-time playmakers, especially I'm very excited for Max Lopez, the Tulsa, Oklahoma product. Definitely been the best player on this team, scoring goals, at least 9 goals in the year. So I'm definitely looking for him to produce big-time plays from their top playmakers.
Right, and two shots so far from Max Lopez. He does have, as you had mentioned, 9 goals on the season. That is good enough for 7th most in Division III in the nation this year. So, indeed, the University of Chicago Maroons will be looking for him into the second half. Free kick now played into the box for the Maroons, headed a little bit away by the Elmhurst Blue Jays. Blue Jays might have a little bit of space up on this right side. Get the ball over to number 17, Josh Arvidsson, but this will roll for a corner kick. I believe the Blue Jays' 3rd corner kick of the day.
This is where I look for Elmhurst to be able to strike on these kind of odd man, kind of one of these fluky opportunities. Maybe they can catch a goal off of a head.
The goal with the outswinger of the right foot of the Blue Jays player. Header in. Number 7, Sam Johnson, battling with the Maroons, and cleared away harmlessly by the University of Chicago.
But I definitely want to see more of those opportunities by Elmhurst. They were able to press up, and they were able to get into the counterattack, create a corner. By just effort and discipline alone, they were able to attack on an odd man rush and force some pressure.
Yeah, force the Maroons to play defense and possibly get a corner kick opportunity.
I'm sure that's how they beat number 15 as well, Elmhurst. They were able to press and get some pressure into the and be able to do a counterattack and create some odd man rushes.
And as I did see in the first half, they couldn't get much going on in the middle of the field. The pressure of the Maroons midfield and defense was just a little bit too much for the Blue Jays. As the Maroons, I should say, looking for a free kick. That ball's going to find Lopez. Lopez turns, kicks, goal, and headed in by the Maroons. That is a goal. I believe that is number 3 again. Sam Drablos for the Maroons, his second goal off the head tonight. And that is Sam Drablos. The Maroons double their lead there. Alex, what'd you see there that led to the goal?
Honestly, really great playmaking from Max Lopez. He drew a lot of defense, a lot of pressure, and obviously his influence out there made a big difference. The goalie made a great initial save. Right place, right time for Sam Drablos. Fantastic header in there on an empty net. Great goal there.
I did see an initial shot come off from someone, did hit the crossbar, but did fall to Sam Drablos. Was able to put it away with the head into an empty net. Definitely as your team at the caliber of Chicago, you always want to put away those kind of opportunities. Maroons pressing again up this left side. Really, Elmhurst has had no answer for them tonight. Complete control for the Maroons so far. This looks to be a foul on number 9, Max Lopez. How important is it for teams such as these Maroons to get other guys involved in the scoring? I know Max Lopez has 9 goals on the years for the Maroons, but how important is it to kind of distribute goals as far as team success goes?
Well, I feel like utilizing Max Lopez, once the ball gets into his possession, he draws a lot of pressure, so you can work almost single-handedly off of your striker there, Max Lopez. So if he's got to be a willing passer. When he gets opportunities, he's got to create for his teammates as well. Being the head honcho in the scoring, you can also create a lot of great opportunities from that as well. So really look to him working assists, being able to work in the front of the net and get his other teammates involved. That's really what I like out of big-time playmakers.
Elmhurst got one in the box, and a shot and a goal. Beautiful goal by the Elmhurst Blue Jays. They immediately get one back on the scoreboard. That is number 25 for the Blue Jays, Angel Carreno.
I believe that's his first goal of the season.
And I believe that is one of the first shots on goal for the Blue Jays, and they immediately get one back. A very important answer for the Blue Jays in the second half.
If you're University of Chicago, you really don't want to fall asleep. They got a little bit lackadaisical on that play. They've got to be able to respond.
Maybe a little bit complacent with their 2-goal lead. That is number 11 now, Zach Clements, looking to work it up for the Blue Jays. They seem to be re-energized now by that first goal. Clements will force a corner kick. This will be the 5th corner kick of the night for the Blue Jays. And just like that, all the pressure now is coming from this Elmhurst Blue Jays team.
Absolutely. Momentum is definitely with Elmhurst. Let's see if they can be able to work a goal in here off this corner.
Ball comes in and it'll be deflected out for another corner kick for the Blue Jays. A lot of action here in this first 7 or 8 minutes into the second half. A little bit of action towards the ball. Corner comes in, header will fall to number 7. Sam Johnson for the Blue Jays, but comes back to Clements, but he is dispossessed by a Maroons defender. Johnson with the ball now. Calls for foul from the Elmhurst fans to no avail. This ball will find Lopez. Lopez in a foot race with the Blue Jays defender. I should say that's Panos Vulgaris. Man.
We've got a couple of great examples of defense. First off, by the University of Chicago, great poke out of to take the ball away without fouling on that play. Maybe a little bit of a questionable call. Obviously, Elmhurst was not happy that there wasn't a foul called on that play, but you play through it. On the other end, they got a great counterattack. They were able to hold him off long enough. They were able to regather the troops and get the ball back and be able to get it out of any danger.
And it looks like this game's opened up just a little bit now that the goals are starting to come in. Maybe getting into a little bit of the groove of the game as the ball is played up by Matthew Coe to the left side for the Maroons. And this will be played back in and harmlessly cleared by the Blue Jays. Capitosto playing it over to the left side. Might just have Isaiah Holquist who's entered the game on that right side, but now the Maroons looking to press up. Shot and deflected right in front of the net, but into the arms of Nick King for Elmhurst.
Really good save there by Nick King. Fantastic work there. That really was a great cross into the middle of the field.
It was a necessary save as that ball was deflected just outside the box. And number 7, Sam Johnson for Elmhurst. But the ball will deflect off him for a throw-in for University of Chicago. Throw-in for the Maroons here. Looks like we might be having a substitution coming in pretty soon for the Blue Jays. And the ball played back around midfield to number 4, Lucas Weatherby. Played up. Now number 16 for the Blue Jays has something here. And there's just no one in the box for J.D. Garnett's pass.
Really nice cross on that play. And it looks like
Max Lopez was tangled up a little bit with number 13, David Bez for Elmhurst.
This game has definitely gotten a little bit more physical here. A lot higher pace, and that was a, wow, that was a cancel out for you.
The pace of this game has really come up since the second half started. It looks like both teams got a little bit into rhythm, a little bit more emotion out in this game. Foul there, number 10, Matthew Coe, he got wrapped up. Number 13, David Bez, who just had that crunching tackle on Max Lopez.
I definitely think that it's certainly possible that the refs could be calling it a little bit tighter now because they see the amped up physical play just to keep everything in check. You know, you see that every once in a while, but perhaps that could have an income later on.
Number 25, Angel Carreno, the goal scorer for Elmhurst, plays it over to the right side. Elmhurst still with the ball. Foul called on number 18, Buddy Nelson. So as this game kind of opens up and the spacing kind of gets greater and the pacing gets higher, who do you think that plays an advantage to as we go into the second half?
I mean, I think it's kind of more of a random, whoever can get out and get a good counterattack going. This is kind of the ebb and the flow of the game. It's very, very strange because it would seem like neither team has an advantage. It's whoever can take advantage of whoever gets out on the counterattacks. At this pace and at this tempo, you've really got to be able to take advantage of the opportunities that you get.
Ball be played back. Maroon defender go back to get it, and this will result in a Blue Jays throw-in. We have a couple substitutions. Number 14, Matt McNamara, will come back in the game for the Blue Jays, and number 26, Austin Culver. J.D. Garnett will throw the ball in for the Blue Jays. And this will come to the feet of a Blue Jays striker, but just over the bar and through the goalposts. This will be a free kick for the Maroons. That was number 26, Austin Culver for the Blue Jays just missed the net.
Honestly, didn't he just check in too? Great way to attack. Just couldn't get the ball settled down. It was still kind of rolling on him, and he wasn't able to get his right foot in on it and really get a good attack at the net. But I really like that play. Come in, instant energy, instant attack. Really great play.
And it looks like the ball just kind of pinballed around for a little bit and fell to his feet for an opportunity for the Blue Jays. Matthew Coe with the pass up to Lopez. Lopez will have number 6, Nick Capitosto to his right. Lopez with the shot and just to the right for a goal kick. But a little bit of space for Lopez to work there.
I'm never a big fan of taking that shot because there's always an opportunity to pass. Maybe slow it down a little bit, take a couple of extra dribbles, really look for an attack. That shot will always be there no matter how far you can get. But I would have liked to see him take it in maybe a couple more yards, get a better angle, maybe get a better shot out of that, or open up his teammate and open up a passing lane as well.
Maybe to Capitosto on that right side. Maroons back with the ball. It'll be Matthew Coe playing it to the midfield. Back to Capitosto, the aforementioned. Off to the left side for the Maroons. They seem to be settling in a little bit now after a couple pushes from the Elmhurst Blue Jays. A little bit of pressure from number 7, Sam Johnson of Blue Jays, but we have a foul, and this will be a free kick for the Maroons as number 12, Josh Schofield, on the ground. Just under a half hour left to play here. 2-1 from Stagg Field here on the campus of the University of Chicago. 2 goals so far this second half. Sam Drablos for the University of Chicago scored the second goal, and just moments after, Elmhurst got one back. Going to play the advantage for the Maroons, but the ball is then taken away by Elmhurst. Foul on number 27, Carter Romero, for the Maroons. This will result free kick to the Blue Jays. It seems like the physicality's kind of been toned up a little bit here in the second half.
Absolutely. It seems kind of stagnant, the play right now. It seems kind of stagnant, like both teams have really, really pushed, and it's starting to set in a little bit. You know, you've got to, just amp yourself back up after this huge wave of attack.
Long ball comes in, and this looks like it'll be another corner for Elmhurst. We have 2 substitutes waiting to come in for the University of Chicago. It'll be Scott Lick and number 8, Andre Abedian, coming back into the game for the Maroons. But first we'll have a Elmhurst Blue Jays corner kick. A little bit of action in front of Hill Bonin. Ball comes in, header in, and it'll be headed away. Looks like Lucas Weatherby touched it just a little bit before the ball had gone out. Now Scott Lick and Andre Abedian should be coming on. Looks like they will wait one more stoppage as Hill Bonin will take the free kick for the Maroons. Ball played up, headed back upfield by Elmhurst. They might have some space on the left side, but the ball dispossessed, now taken by Zach Clements for Elmhurst. Played deep ball over to the right side to number 15, Alex Lanes. Elmhurst with some space up that right side. Back to the Maroons defender. And this will be a free kick on the Maroons.
And it might seem a little simple, but I don't really like. I didn't like the pass over because he didn't lead him well enough. If he leads him a little bit better, I think he could have gotten further in. I mean, it's just one of those little fundamental, like, ticky-tack things that you don't really think about too often, but maybe a little bit better pass that can lead him a little bit better, maybe that can create an odd man chance rather than, being able to not get very far.
It looked like it almost just a little bit of a chance for the Maroons just before Nick King came out of his goal to take it away for Elmhurst. I believe that was Max Lopez on the try for the Maroons. Now Austin Culver on that far side for Elmhurst, but right to a Maroons defender. Pressure is really mounted up for Elmhurst here in this second half. What do you think Chicago should do if they want to tighten this game up a little bit and maybe try and hold to this 2-1 lead?
I mean, just stick to your roots. Obviously, you're a very good team. Continue to defend like this and get out onto the counterattack. You know that Elmhurst is pressing. You know that they're up. You've got to be able to attack in the counterattack. I'm looking for Max Lopez here to really have a great impact.
This will be a free kick just from before midfield for the Maroons. It's number 6, Nico Capitosto, who's really had a nice game tonight, playing box to box for the Maroons. He's been all over the field. Ball trying to find Max Lopez in the box, but will fall harmlessly to Nick King. Trying to play up quickly, but Maroon defenders are back. Now some space up the right side for number 16, J.D. Garnett for the Blue Jays. But he dispossesses a couple Maroons, but this will result in a throw-in for the Maroons as number 8, Andre Abedian, and number 30, Scott Lick, come into the game for the Maroons. They will replace, appears to be Matthew Coe will come out of the game alongside number 13, Isaiah Holquist. Excuse me, there'll be number 4, Gary Zhao will come out of the game. Long ball to Matthew Coe on that right side. He's looking to get a cross into the box, deflected, and this will fall for a corner kick for the Maroons. I believe their first of the second half.
Absolutely, and it kind of feels like this is really their first time getting in, getting all the men up forward and trying to create, some isolated chances rather than just some counterattacks. This seems like the first time that they've actually had it in Elmhurst zone. In attack mode. Number
6, Nico Capitosto will take this. Cross comes in. Have a foul on the Maroons. This will be a free kick for Elmhurst. Just about halfway through this second half. 2-1, the University of Chicago Maroons with the 1-goal advantage. Number 16, Panos Vulgaris, will come back into the game for the Maroons, and number 6, Uriel Martinez for the Blue Jays. How important do you think it is to get fresh legs into the game for both sides? I know it's cooled off a little bit with the sun going down, but still pretty muggy out today. A little unseasonably warm for Chicago in September. How important is it to get guys in and out of the game, especially on a day like today?
Well, it's crucial, especially at this high pace. I think the pace has picked up because it has cooled off a little bit, so maybe they can run a little bit freer, and it kind of feels like it's cooled off quite a bit. But you definitely have to keep fresh legs, especially at this high tempo that they've been playing at.
Max Lopez just took a tough challenge from an Elmhurst defender. He looks to be moving pretty gingerly at the moment, favoring that right leg. Matthew Coe with the ball now, looking to play it forward for the Maroons. Down, and we will have a free kick just outside the box and a yellow card for the Blue Jays. Looked to be Panos Vulgaris who went down on that challenge. It looks like the first set piece from about this distance for the Maroons. Definitely in a dangerous area here if you're the Blue Jays defense.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a great opportunity for the Maroons to really, really attack and be able to get a good kick. But it's all about that. It's all about the placement of that kick.
And a beautifully played free kick. It calls for a penalty as the ball scurried just in front of the goal of Elmhurst.
My goodness. And it looks like there's a player still down over there as well.
As Elmhurst looks to play the ball up, we will have an injury stoppage. It appears we have a Blue Jays player down, injured. There was a lot of commotion in front of that free kick. Kind of, the Maroons almost seemed like to deke the free kick, slipped it into Matthew Coe, who made the initial run off the free kick, but the ball just harmlessly falls away. What did you see on that play?
Honestly, a really, really crafty play from the Maroons. That was a set play off of that free kick, kind of faked with the first guy. They were able to get the ball into the center. They were able to move it out to the left, and then they were able to cross it back, and the goalie had to make a down-to-the-knees save. A lot of crazy things can go on in front of the net. A lot of heads flying, a lot of elbows flying, guys get up into the air, and definitely a lot of casualties taken, but it does not look good as he's still down, and honestly, he looks like he's in a lot of pain right now.
Yeah, and Coach Mike Babst for the Maroons did not look too happy with the officials on that play. Thought there were calls from him and some of the Maroon fans for a penalty. He's asking what happened on that to the head referee. So we still have a stoppage. Elmhurst players still being treated to.
It looks like he's now up on his feet though, which is a very good sign.
He's now up. I would be surprised if he stayed in the game. Seems to be pretty shaken up.
Looks like he's being carried off.
He's being helped off by a member of University of Chicago training staff, it appears. And I'm not sure who will replace him. I'm trying to get a number on it. This looks to be number 15, Alex Lanes.
Freshman from Zionsville, Indiana.
I believe that's who it is. Or this guy. Actually, now that I see him, it's number 25, Angel Carreno. The goal scorer for the Elmhurst Blue Jays. A tough loss, as there's just about 20 minutes left in the second half.
Absolutely. You always hate to see players go out, but unfortunately, it is part of the game. You gotta be prepared for injuries. Hopefully he's all right and he can get back out there and help his team tie this game up. But yeah, it's definitely a lot of things can go wrong in front of the net.
Ball being now played in by the Maroons. Headed up by Max Lopez. And out of play for the Blue Jays. Josh Arvidsson for Blue Jays battling with the Maroons. Wins himself another throw-in. Ball played into Sam Johnson for the Blue Jays. Arvidsson battling. This will be another throw-in for the Blue Jays. After that injury timeout, it seems like the Blue Jays have come out with a little bit more energy.
Absolutely. It feels like they're dictating the tempo right now. It doesn't feel like the Maroons are able to really hold on to the ball for a very long period of time. They're really struggling to have possession of the ball. So I definitely want to see, Chicago get back to what they were doing in that first half. Get possession of the ball and keep it and be able to work some great chances in.
This ball falls to Lopez. He wins himself a throw-in for the Maroons. This will be number 30, Scott Lick. Throws it in, plays it into number 8, Andre. The ball flicked over, and that is a goal for Max Lopez. A beautiful touch up and over the goalkeeper for the third goal of the night. And it seemed like just a matter of time before Max Lopez was going to break in for a goal.
Absolutely. That was just a great individual effort. He was able to keep himself on sides on that play and was able to get behind that Elmhurst defense. Great job, great strike, individual effort. That was just fantastic play from Max Lopez on that.
And just with under 20 minutes left to go in this game, the Maroons regain their 2-goal lead over the Elmhurst Blue Jays. And with Angel Carreno coming out for the Blue Jays, this could be a bit of a task for the Blue Jays to get back in this game, as number 30, Scott Lick, will play the ball up.
He's top 5 in the nation in scoring.
And that is the 10th goal of the season for Max Lopez. He's now in the top 5 of all goal scorers in the nation for college. So quite the scorer, quite the finish for Max Lopez tonight.
Absolutely. Are we calling him Mini Chicharito? Is that what we're going with now?
Well, if that ever takes off, I can say it was coined here. So
okay, there you go.
You have to work on the trademark.
Yeah, I'm not sure Javier Hernandez would be very happy at me right now. Bringing that up. I don't know. You know Javier Hernandez, right? Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. See.
The Mexican national and German League soccer star?
I believe he's at West Ham United now.
Oh, no, he's at West Ham, right? That's right. He was in Germany for a time.
Very good striker, though. Very good striker.
Speaking of Mexican strikers, we'll be finishing out some World Cup qualifying here within the next month. I've always been surprised, well, maybe not too surprised, they don't play any qualifiers here in Chicago.
Yeah, it does surprise me a little bit. It seems like it would really be a kind of a hot commodity, but I don't remember there being a game in Chicago in a very long time. Seems like it would be a well-attended event if they had it, certainly.
Hill Bonin now, or Nick King, I should say, is playing it for now for Elmhurst. The Maroons had a little bit of another shot there, all starting with Max Lopez a little bit there for Chicago. A little bit of space on this right side for the Maroons. Number 30, Scott Lick, I should say, making a run all the way back from defense. Andre Abedian dispossessed. Elmhurst forward trying to make a run. Hill Bonin making a aggressive clearance from goal. Not the first time we've seen that from him tonight. Matthew Coe with some space in the middle, looking to take on the shot, but that ball is blocked by Luke Deal of Elmhurst.
A couple of nice little flashy passes there from the Maroon team. A couple of no-look passes, a little bit of potential trickery or finesse play, as they call it. But, yeah, unfortunately wasn't able to amount to anything.
Looks like as this lead has opened up for them, maybe get a little bit more creativity into their game. Nick King up for Elmhurst, headed by University of Chicago. Trying to find Matthew Coe, but the ball will go harmlessly out for a throw-in for Elmhurst. We have a couple substitutions. Number 2 will now come into the game for University of Chicago, Sam Barovic. And I believe we will have another substitute for Elmhurst, as that is number 14. Matt McNamara has come out for the Blue Jays. Number 25, Angel Carreno, is back in the game after being injured earlier on that free kick by the Maroons. A little bit of space here, and this will be a goal kick for the University of Chicago. Seems like the Maroons can really take their time now, as there's only 15 minutes left in this game. Hold a 3-1 lead. Number 22, Griffin Andes, will come into the game for Elmhurst. Number 16, J.D. Garnett. He's had quite a busy night for the Elmhurst Blue Jays. He will come out of the game. Matthew Coe is offside. Shot wouldn't have counted anyways, as it goes just right of the net. So if you're University of Chicago here, 14 minutes left into this game, what are you looking for out of these last 14 minutes?
Really get back to some of the things in the first half that was working so effectively. They were able to dictate the tempo, control the pace, and they held the football for the majority of the time. I really want to see them get back to that. I really want to see them possess the ball.
Elmhurst pressing now a little bit. Back out to the right side. Being pressed by a couple of Maroon defenders, but this will go out for a corner kick. If Elmhurst is going to want to get back in this game, they're going to want to make something out of this corner kick.
Absolutely. And they've been able to create a couple of chances out of this. Nothing too substantial, but this is a great opportunity here. 6 guys in the box. The corner comes in. Couple of Blue Jays are on the ground. Ball comes harmlessly away. Number 17, Josh Arvinson, tried to play it in the box. He gets it back. Number 4, Lucas Weathersby, long shot. Bounced right in front of Hill Bonin. Had to make a save with his chest. And will pick it up as he is pressured by Sam Johnson. So a little bit of a scare there for the Maroons on that corner kick. Yeah, it certainly took an odd bounce off the goalie and created a hair-raising, nervous save there, but was able to corral it in. Really good defensive play there from the University of Chicago. 12 and a half minutes left to go in this game. University of Chicago Maroons are leading 3-1 over the Elmhurst Blue Jays. Latest goal by Max Lopez, 2 goals by Sam Drablos, 1 in the first half. With just about a minute and a half left to go, we were in the 44th minute of that first half before Drablos broke open the scoring for the game. Number 18 now will enter the game for the University of Chicago Maroons, Ben Brandt. He will come in to replace. Waiting on a number here. It looks like number 12, Josh Schofield, has been very busy on the edges tonight as a defender for the University of Chicago Maroons. Might not show up in the stat line, but Schofield has definitely had a very good game. Sam Johnson now working in the middle for the Elmhurst Blue Jays, taken away by number 18 for the Maroons, Ben Brandt, as he just enters the game. Elmhurst looking to work something on this left side, a little bit of space, trying to find number 22. But he is dispossessed by Matthew Coe. Matthew Coe finds Lopez. Lopez looking. He finds another Maroon, but the ball is cleared away
by the Blue Jays. A little last-ditch defending by Elmhurst there.
Absolutely. Definitely, really another creative, really creative play from Max Lopez. He just draws all eyes to him and really creates a lot of odd chances and is able to do a lot with very little at times.
Corner kick coming in for the Maroons. Movement in front of the box. Corner comes in, headed back by the Blue Jays, and this will come in for a throw-in for the University of Chicago. Ben Brandt with the throw-in. Gets it up to number 8, Andre Abedian. Gets a pass in, but that is tipped by Nick King. This will result in another Chicago Maroons corner kick. A couple more subs coming in. We're going to see Bryce Millington come in for the first time tonight for the Maroons. As the corner kick comes in, a little bit of movement, header in and headed away by Elmhurst. Falls to number 14, Nate Johnson, but harmlessly back to Nick King. We'll also see number 23, Zachary Pierce for the Maroons coming in, the junior from Miami, Florida, who has 1 goal and 1 assist on the year. Number 15, Alex Lanes back into the game for Elmhurst. Coming out for the University of Chicago, that's going to be number 10, Matthew Coe. And it appears is that number 8, Andre Abedian. Just under 9 to play here at Stag Field on the campus of University of Chicago. University of Chicago Maroons holding a 3-1 lead over Elmhurst. Throw-in comes in, but cleared away by the Maroons. Maroons looking for something possible on the counterattack. A lot of pressure by Bryce Millington there as he's just come in the game with a lot of energy. Blue Jays looking to play something swarmed by a bunch of Maroons. Maroons might have something on the counterattack here, but in really no rush. Holding on to that 2-goal lead, number 18, Ben Brandt played it back for the Maroons. Ball played up. Maroons have something on the left. Making a run towards the goal are the 2 substitutes, Millington and number 23, Zachary Pierce. Long shot taken by the Maroons, but blocked away by Elmhurst as they look to push upfield on this left side on the counterattack. Josh Arvidsson getting the ball for the Blue Jays. This will result in a Blue Jays corner kick. It looks like they're bringing up just about everyone for this corner kick. 7 minutes to go, down 3-1. Got to imagine they're going to try and put everyone in the box here.
Absolutely. I mean, this really is a great opportunity to try and get within 1 goal here. You're running out of time, unfortunately, but I do really like the fight from Elmhurst.
Corner comes in, header by the Blue Jays and goes just past the far post. Harmlessly, Hillbonen will take a goal kick.
That was a good ball in, too, but unfortunately just wasn't able to get enough of the head on the ball, and yeah, just wide right.
Ball cleared upfield for the Maroons. If the Maroons are able to hold on, they'll go to 8-0 on the year. This will drop the Blue Jays to 4-2-2. Next game coming up for the University of Chicago Maroons will be Wednesday at Benedictine. Then they will take a trip to Rochester, New York a week from today.
Should be an interesting game out in New York.
It'll be a University Athletic Association conference game. They will. After that, they won't be home again until the 7th against Emory.
Rochester right now with the exact same record, 4-1-2 as the Elmhurst Blue Jays.
Maroons really look like they're slowing down the pace of this game with just 5 minutes left to go. But now we do have some space opening on the left side. Number 23, Pierce, was on the right side, but the ball falls harmlessly to a Elmhurst defender.
Yeah, really great ball into the middle, but unfortunately wasn't able to get any touch from the University of Chicago.
30 lick on the side. He'll take a shot, and that one goes just over the crossbar, just a little high. No save necessary, but some space opening up for the Chicago Maroons as Elmhurst is trying to claw a couple goals back.
Well, it's too bad in rugby. He would have scored a point there.
Yeah, right through the uprights. Just under 5 minutes left to play here. Still 3-1 Maroons. Pretty physical game that we've seen here in the second half between these two teams.
Absolutely. A lot of times the first half, you're just trying to feel out your opponent, see if you can get a couple of chances, but you're not going to take any big risks. You're not going to play too far up. You're going to play a little bit more conservative, see what happens, feel your team out, and Elmhurst definitely came out the more aggressive of the two, down 1-0. They came out, and I really liked the way that they fought. They didn't exactly have the firepower that this Chicago Maroons team has, but really great resolve for Elmhurst. They were able to create a lot of corners. They were able to create a lot of chances at the net, and unfortunately they only got one goal out of it because of great defense from the Maroons.
Maroons looking to add a fourth. They have something here, and a save made by Nick King going to his right for Elmhurst. And this will be another Chicago Maroons corner.
Nick King really has played well, and the defense hasn't played poorly either. But again, really great chances created by the Maroons, especially in the counterattack.
Definitely some necessary saves needed by King there. Foul will be called on the Maroons, and this will go the other way. Elmhurst looking to get something back, playing the ball up this left side and kicked out. And this will be a Maroons throw-in. Number 13, David Bez, playing that out for Elmhurst. Certainly no rush left for the Maroons. 2:15 left to go in this game. It appears they will take this matchup between Chicagoland rival Elmhurst. Ball will fall off Pearson. Elmhurst really looking to press the issue, see if they can just get anything out of these last 2 minutes. Ball will go off Josh Arvidsson, and this will be a throw-in for the Maroons.
He's traveled a long way from Valhalla, California to come and play at Elmhurst, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. Seems like there's quite a few, though he is from California, it seems like there are considerably more guys from the Chicagoland area in Elmhurst, on the Elmhurst team, than there are on the University of Chicago team. Do you think having got more guys from a centralized area. Do you think that maybe affects kind of the style more than having guys coming, from all over the country?
Well, I definitely think it's possible, but again, I think it's more important based on the coaching philosophy that changes the style of play. But also the coach's past that does change a little bit. But I mean, as I also was looking, there are a lot of kids from Ohio as well. So that's also interesting to see so much talent come in from Ohio as well.
We're just about 30 seconds left in this game. Elmhurst with a throw-in, headed away by the Maroons. Will fall back down to number 22 for Elmhurst. Griffin Andes, but this will be cleared out by Nick Bonin. This will be a corner kick. 20 seconds left. There's 17 seconds left. Elmhurst bringing up everyone here for this corner kick, a last-ditch effort to get something out of this game. A little bit of pushing and shoving going around by that near post. Ball comes in, headed away by the Maroons. Just 10 seconds left to go in this game.
10, 9, 8.
Ball headed in and saved by Hill Bonin, and that should do it. That wraps it up here. The University of Chicago Maroons will win this game 3-1 on 2 Sam Drablos goals and a third by Max Lopez. Seemed like the Maroons were in control most of this game, and they get a pretty impressive victory over these Elmhurst Blue Jays.
Absolutely. I love the fight and the resolve, first of all, from Elmhurst. They really do. You have to tip your cap to Elmhurst. They really did play a great game. They pressed in at the University of Chicago. And again, the Maroons did not break. They did not break. They did bend a little bit. They gave up a goal, and they were under some pressure. But really great job from Sam Dablos. He really did a fantastic job getting into the net, creating some chances. And Max Lopez, we came in to this match, we were looking a lot for a big play from Max Lopez. He definitely delivered with that phenomenal third goal, and really he was setting up great chances all the way around. He was setting up his teammates really well in the front of the net. I liked the way that they played as a whole. They let Elmhurst attack, they let them play up, and they were able to get into good counterattacks, and that's how they scored a majority of their goals.
That'll be the 29th goal of the year for the University of Chicago Maroons. Only the 4th goal they've conceded this entire year. If there's anything that you take away from this game for the University of Chicago that they might need to work on before Wednesday's game at Benedictine, what do you think it is?
Well, honestly, I'd like to see a little bit more attack. In the second half, they barely spent any time in the Elmhurst side of the field. I would have really liked to see